Hey folks, welcome back to another Poem Master video. So now that we know that we have the chance of getting grids for the Gacha 5 stars and not 5 stars, 3 stars and 4 stars in the game with Candace getting a grid, Sophocles getting a grid, who's the other one? Bryson also getting a grid, right? I think there's definitely a possibility, a really good possibility that we will be getting more in the future. So I thought we'd start a mini series on the channel, just talking about some of these units, in terms of what they could potentially get from grids that could make them a bit better, right? So we're gonna start with Kanto and Johto for this video, right? Because there's like way too much I can do it all in one video. But we're gonna talk about the Kanto and Johto 3-star, 4 stars in this video, right? Again, just what if they get a grid, right? What if they get a grid? So hopefully they keep on doing that. It's a good thing. Very encouraging signs. And we could also potentially get EX as well. Although again, the EX's effects are the same, so I won't really go much in that. Just mainly talk about expanded sync grids, right? So before we get into that, just a quick word from the sponsor of this video. Instead of unboxing Pokemon cards, today we're actually going to unbox some stuff that we can actually eat. So before we get into all that, a quick word from our sponsor for the video today, Bokksu. Bokksu is a premium Japanese snack subscription that delivers snacks to your home straight from Japan with different monthly themed boxes from 100-year-old Japanese family snack makers. There's so many different snacks in each box for different tastes, so I can have what I like, and I can also share with my brother things he likes as well. So let's see what Bokksu sent for us for our first box. Okay, so this first one is called Seasons of Japan, and each box there's actually a culture guide that not only tells you more about the culture stuff, but also has more info on the snacks inside. All these infos, common allergies, if it's vegetarian, all that stuff, right? So anyways, let's check some of these out. Let's look at the food. Let's get to the food. Okay, so wow, there's a lot of stuff in here. It looks very full. First of all, we got these like white strawberries. Do you want to try these?
Yeah, sure.
I love white chocolate, and I do like strawberry flavored things. So let's try this one out, see how it is. Yeah, it's a perfect combination of a lot of things that I like. Oh, these dangos. These look like the ones that they have in Monster Hunter Rise. Want some of these?
Sure.
Which color do you want?
I'll take the green one.
All right, I'll take the pink one then. All right, you can have the green one, and I'll have the pink one over here. I've never had dango before. I did not expect this is how it tasted. All right, let's see what else we have. Some candy. Oh, tea. Mom likes tea. She could have some of that, right? These look really good. Also, there's a new event right now that not only brings the Japanese snack experience to your house, but you can also have a chance to win a free trip to Japan yourself. Use my code POST10 and link description box down below to become eligible to win the giveaway by subscribing to Bokksu. My code will get you 10% off your subscription. Don't miss out on this unique opportunity available to anyone who subscribes until December the 31st. The perfect holiday gift for your friends and family. All right, so starting with Kanto, right? So the first one is Agatha. I have high hopes for Agatha. Like, of all the 3-star, 4-star Gachas that are going to get a grid, Agatha is one of the units I'm looking forward to the most, right? Because they could do some really great things with Agatha because for a few reasons. First of all, Mega Gengar, 475 special attack. That is a very high special attack stat. That's a very high special attack stat, right? At 20 out of 20, that's 503. That's incredible special attack stat. Reason why she sucks right now is her only damaging move is like Shadow Ball, which is not like terrible, but it's just an average 3-gauge move, and you have 0 multipliers, right? You have 0 multipliers. I don't know why I said 0 twice. On her passive, her only passive is like Wide Awake, which is, who cares, right? Who cares? But I could see her potentially having some really good stuff with a grid, right? In terms of Mega Gengar, right? What if we could get like a Serena 2.0 with Mega Gengar? Definitely, it's not going to be as good as Serena, most likely, because Serena is Fire type, and you get boosted by Sun, right? So there is that. Also, Overheat's a stronger move than Shadow Ball straight up, right? But you could definitely, see some of that stuff happen, right? What if they give him Go Viral 9, right? So it turns the Hypnosis into an AoE Hypnosis, first of all. And even if we keep our expectations low, we could at least get like a Hypnosis move gauge refresh, right? Or even, you know, maybe Troublemaker on the grid, which would kind of screw over the people who already roll Troublemaker on Agatha for lucky skills. But hey, at least you get to use energy to pick up like other stuff in the grid. Hopefully the grid's, you know, a bit good over there. But yeah, yeah, you could definitely have like some good Nightmare nodes on there, right? Rude Awakening nodes, you know, again, just multipliers for if the opponent is asleep to make your Shadow Ball actually do better damage, right? Because again, you have good stuff over here. 475 special attack is very, very, very good, right? You just need to just need a few multipliers on Shadow Ball to make it actually, you know, hit hard. That'll be nice, right? And then Rude Awakening on the Sync Nuke would be cool too, although it is a mega, so it's not like a huge deal, right? But yeah, definitely some Rude Awakening nodes. Go Viral 9 would be fantastic, right? And maybe Troublemaker, if not, just some accuracy nodes, just like normal accuracy nodes on Hypnosis would be nice too, right? Yeah, maybe some heals for like the run along now. Although it's not like that big of a deal, right? I mean, the +6 speed is already really, really nice, I think. But yeah, this unit could be really, really, really good in the future, right? I definitely see potential for Gengar. Maybe on a roll with Shadow Ball as well, right? Maybe on a roll, like if they don't go like the sleep multiplier route, which big mistake, you should definitely go the sleep multiplier route. You can maybe see them giving like the minus special defense multiplier routes, right? The one that Mewtwo and them have, right? Which is also not bad. But Gengar, again, I could definitely see them make it very, very good. Speaking of very, very good ones, Blaine, another one that has, I think, a decent amount of potential just because he is a weather setter, right? In terms of like what he can actually get, I don't really know, but what we are almost all but guaranteed to get, right, is already good enough, in my opinion, right? Because we're almost guaranteed to get an MP Refresh on Sunny Day, which is already a very, very, very big win, right? MP Refresh on Sunny Day, and then we're good, right? MP Refresh on Sunny Day, and we're good. But in terms of some, you know, other things that we could actually get for Blaine, we could have Hostile Environment for Flame Wheel, increase the chance to also, you know, have him as a real sort of burner. Maybe a Poke Trap for Fire Spin to make the trap damage, you know, do a bit better, right? In terms of like making him a damage dealer, I'm not a huge fan. Like you could definitely do it, right? Because you have Sun over here on top of, you know, just doing damage over here. But like the thing I do have against that is one, your attack stat's not that good. And or special attack stat for that matter, and two, your moves aren't that powerful, so you need like a lot of multipliers. Again, you do have Sun, right? But you would, you know, need a lot more multipliers to make Blaine as good as something like Leafeon, right? As a weather setter plus damage dealer in this case. But yeah, he straight up just does not need a very complicated, very powerful grid. Just a MP Refresh on Sunday is really just all we really need. Although something else that I would like though is if we could get Pep Rally on Raging Inferno would be really, really good as well, right? Pep Rally on Raging Inferno gives the whole team some speed, right? Personally, what I'd really want to see is not him being like a you know, side damage dealer, just to give him a bit more defensive capabilities, right? So you could tank with him for a few hits, because he does have sharply raises chances to sharply raise defense or special defense. So maybe a bit more like maybe like a first aid or something, first aid 4 or something like that. So you could, you know, just run like a Blaine plus 2, you know, Omega fire damage dealers or whatever. So yeah, again, don't need too much to be good. Don't need too much to be good. Just the bare minimum. Sunny Day MP Refresh would be nice. Again, if we get Pep Rally, that would be nice as well, right? So, moving on next, let's see. Bruno. Bruno, a lot of people are slightly, I guess, hyped about in terms of getting good, because he also does have some good base stuff, right? Pretty good physical attack stat, right? Cross Chop is not a bum move, right? You know, slightly low accuracy, but you do have the +1 crit, which is cool, I guess. But you also do have Crit Strike 2 as a passive. So you already have Crit Strike 2. You already have a good physical attack stat, right? In terms of what I would want to see, number one is a lot of move gauge refresh, because this guy's speed is terrible, right? Speed's not that great. But in terms of like what else we could get, maybe something with like attack +2 would be cool, just so you don't need anyone else to max out his, personal stats, right? What was that thing? +1 attack every time you use like the train move would be cool. To make him at least fully self-sufficient. I don't find like that a huge deal, but it would be nice to have, I guess. But outside of that, he doesn't really seem like a unit that you could just like slap multipliers on, because he doesn't really have any effects, right? Both of these are just straight up damage. So maybe more crit strike on the grid would be good, right? Because again, his gimmick is critting, so more crit strike is always good. Maybe soften up on the sync move, and maybe we could get a haymaker. Again, if we could get him to max out his attack on his own, I think we could have a good chance we could get haymaker, right? For a sync nuke, which again would be really, really good. Haymaker on top of having crit strike 2. He does not need a lot to be really, really good. Again, I would very much like to fix that speed at least, but yeah, Bruno could be really nice as well. Let's see. What's next? Janine, honestly, is pretty much fine as she is at the moment. I guess what you can make her into is make her into like a Curum or Reshiram sort of unit, right? Funny, because we're talking about turning an Aridos into like Curum Reshiram. But just like, yeah, like your main thing, Venom Drench, right? Debuffs the opponent's attack, special attack, and speed. What if, and this is a big if, what if we get all 3 sync nuke multipliers for that, right? Pecking Order, Devastation, and Cakewalk. And like nothing else, because that'll be, if we get anything else, that'd be like incredibly overpowered. But Pecking Order, Cakewalk, and Devastation. It would be a bit of a trap, because I won't think that would be actually really, really good, because do keep in mind, after you poison the opponent, it takes you 6 turns to completely, debuff those 3 stats, right? And also you need someone to buff Janine's physical attack, and preferably crit, even though she buffs it herself, but you need to spend your turns doing this. Right? But could they give her all 3 multipliers? Pecking Order, Devastation, and Cakewalk, right? 282 attack stat, not the best, but with this on top of those 3 multipliers, that could be a very, very good sync nuke. And then again, don't give her anything else. Don't give her like a toxic power 10 on cross. No. Just make her do nothing but debuff and sync nuke. Nothing but, it's kind of like Curum, except if Curum did like no damage outside of sync nuking, right? I think is that too crazy? I don't think it's too crazy. I don't think it's beyond the pale, right? Yeah, make her like Champion Iris, right? Except again, you don't like do damage outside of that. So, and again, it is a bit of a trap, because it's a very, very long setup, but I don't think it's impossible. Right? I don't think it's too overpowered either. I don't think it's too overpowered at all, because again, that's 6 turns of debuffing and doing no damage basically. So it could happen. I wouldn't count it out. I wouldn't say it's very, very likely that they'll do that, but I wouldn't say it's completely no chance. Lorelai, in terms of units that I have like almost no hope for, she's definitely one of them. I'm not saying that there's no way they can make her good. They can, right? It's just that looking at what she does, it's just not very good, right? Yeah, Blizzard, Ice Beam, you're trying to freeze the opponent. You have Hostile Environment with this. It's just, Hostile Environment Blizzard is just not as good as like Cold Snap Glacial Lance, or whatever it's called, the Leon, right? It's just not going to be as good as Leon, because Leon has a if you max him out, Leon has a 44% chance of freezing every single opponent on the opponent's team in one Glacial Lance, right? On the other hand, Lapras has a pretty terrible chance of only freezing one opponent on the opponent's team, in comparison to, again, 44% basically coin flip of freezing the entire opponent's team. So I don't really see how they're gonna make her that great. Obviously, the obvious, you know, options are just to give her like freeze multipliers, but again, freeze multipliers are really bad, right? Outside of, again, Leon, which, okay, if you say, well, then you could just run her with Christmas Leon. There's two things. One, you do need to still buff her stats, right? Because she has nothing. She has no special attack stats. She has no special attack buffs, no crit buffs. You need someone to buff crits and all that stuff. And then you have, you know, generally you want someone to set hail for Holiday Leon so he could do a bit more damage himself. Because, you know, even if she does get a grid, most likely Holiday Leon's going to do more damage. And then, okay, then that's 4 units that you can't fit on your team, right? Unless you just want to, like, solely just make it all about Lapras, and unless they make her, like, insane, give her insane mold, like what Price did with, like, free Synergy 16 or whatever, right? It's generally not worth it. Even Price with free Synergy 16 is still not, like, that worth it, right? Like, the best thing is just to make her, like, a better Price, and Price is still not that good. And Price already has insane multipliers. Still not good. Although Blizzard is a better move than Icy Wind, but yeah, I don't really see them making her like really good, unfortunately. Moving on, Lieutenant Surge. I love this unit as it is. In terms of how they're gonna make him better though, I don't really know. They might just make him kind of like Sophocles, right? You could have the I think Devastation, right? Give him Devastation himself. Is probably what they're gonna go with, right? So maybe Inertia and Devastation. That actually might not be that bad. Inertia plus Devastation for him. Yeah, I mainly just see him as just like gonna be like a faster Sophocles, is what I'm probably expecting them to do with him, right? Yeah, that's what I'm just Inertia and Devastation, right? Another Electric Sync Nuker, which is fine, not like a terrible thing, right? What else? In Kanto, yep, that's most of them, right? Again, just Gacha 3-star, 4-star. We're not going to talk about like the free-to-play ones. So yeah, that's Kanto. I'm just double checking just in case I missed anyone. Now we got everyone. All right. So now let's talk about Johto. Johto doesn't have like that many units, right? So starting with Bugsy. Bugsy, man, I don't know how they're gonna fix Bugsy because this guy just sucks. Bright side, very good physical attack. Downside, these moves are the terrible moves. These moves suck, right? These moves are just really bad moves. It's really hard to fix these kind of moves, right? I could see them turning Bugsy into like a Nate-ish kind of unit, except with maybe, I don't know. Yeah, maybe they're gonna give it Haymaker just because it has like that attack buff, right? With Fellstinger, maybe they'll give it Haymaker, right? But again, you know, you are Mega, the max power is not that bad. But again, yeah, on the other side, you'd have like really good offensive stats, so it might be not that terrible. But there's no fixing like this, man. Unless you give them something like Crit Strike 15 or whatever. I don't know. Well, if they're gonna give it, any multiplier is probably gonna be Toxic Power though, right? Because he does have the chance to poison. Maybe Hostile Environment, Toxic Power 5, which again is still gonna be trash. But yeah, Haymaker, I guess. I don't know. Again, he does have like some good stuff, right? Really good attack stat. Crit Strike 2 is always good, right? Amped Up is always good. It's just you got screwed over by your moves, right? All of your moves. Your Fellstinger sucks. Twin Needle sucks. Your Sync move sucks. You need a lot of things to fix this unit. Right? You need a lot of multipliers to fix this unit. Moving on. We have Whitney. Alright, when we were talking about units that I have no clue how they're gonna fix, they're just that bad. Whitney is another one of them. She is terrible, terrible, terrible. Her main thing here is she paraflinches with body slam and stomp, which again, we have better units for that, right? Like, at the moment, Sophocles is better at that. Vulcaner is so much better, right? There's so many paraflinch units. And the biggest L for Whitney over here is Milk Tank, normal type. What are you gonna do with a normal type, right? You're not gonna make it like some sync nuker or whatever, right? Even though you do have this, but like, you know, all tech units have that, right? Yeah, this is all just not good. This is just straight up not good. Again, at least Sophocles has a sync nuke, and he's electric type, so he could be super effective against something. Like Whitney and Milk Tank is just, yeah, no. Got nothing going for it, unfortunately. Will has really, really good potential. Will is already really good, right? Will is probably one of the best, you know, Gacha 3-star, 4-stars at the moment. Damage dealers at the moment, right? Because he has stored power. And you guys know how broken Bianca is, right? With stored power. And he also has stored power. Doesn't need much. Does not need much. This guy does not need much to be very, very powerful. If you have something like a Confusion Synergy 3, doesn't even need to be 5. Confusion Synergy 3 on top of stored power. Fantastic already, right? Really, really good already. So, again, he does not need that much to be good. Give him Confusion Synergy. Give him stored power power-ups. Move Gauge Refresh on stored power. Right? He's already good. He's already good. He's going to be already really, really nice. What I am slightly worried about is they're going to like over-focus on like the air slash flinch thing and give him like flinch stuff. Which if they give him flinch stuff, then that's an L. No, flinch stuff sucks. Like, flinch things are not good. So hopefully they don't give him flinch and just focus on the confusion stuff. Confusion is just more reliable, right? I don't know. I just hope they hone into the stored power damage and don't do like weird stuff like Harry or stop hitting yourself. Like, please don't do that stuff. Just give him stored power power-ups. Give him Confusion Synergy, right? Fuzzy Strike would be nice too. Although usually they like to give, like, for tech nukes, they'll give multipliers on the grid that are not like that are different from the sync nuke innate multiplier, which is already confusion. So they might give him like flinch hitter for the sync nuke, which I don't mind. I mean, I don't really care about his sync nuke that much. It could be good because he is psychic type. Psychic types are, you know, just OP with psych train and all that stuff. But I would prefer if they just focus on stored power damage because it's that good of a move, right? Moving on. Let's see, or is that all? Oh no, that's all. That's all. Not too many 3-star, 4-star Johto gachas. Not too many Johto units in general, unfortunately. So, anyways, yeah, that's it for this one. I guess hope y'all enjoyed. My guys, think in the comments down below. Like, share this video, subscribe to our channel for some more Pokemon Masters content. Again, shoutouts to Bokksu for sponsoring the video. Again, the link in the description box down below for the discount, enter the giveaway, all that stuff. Thank y'all for supporting the channel. And also, again, 40k subs this by the end of this year, and I will EX my name. I still don't know why I said that. The Battle Villa was just way too boring. And just random thought came across my mind, which I slightly regret. But I'm also not super worried because I don't think we're gonna get to 40k. So I think I'll have to EX my name. But hey, prove me wrong, right? So have fun, folks. I'll see you guys in the next one.